Welcome to the Social Lens and thank you for watching. President Ramaphosa's response to the Judicial State Capture Commission. In this detailed analysis, we'll delve into the timeline, the intricacies, and the outcomes of this significant event that has been unfolding since November 2017. Our journey starts in November 2017 when the then Public Protector, Advocate Thuli Madonsela, recommended the appointment of a commission of inquiry into state capture, a call that echoed concerns about corruption and malfeasance at the highest levels of government. In response to this call, the commission was formally established in January 2018 with the mandate to investigate allegations of state capture that had plagued the nation. Fast forward to August 2018, and the commission embarked on its monumental task. The first hearing marked the beginning of a rigorous investigation where witnesses testified, evidence was presented, and the truth sought to be unearthed. However, this journey was no sprint but a marathon, as the commission faced challenges and complexities that required not one, not two, but 8 extensions, culminating in the final hearing in December 2021. June 2022 saw the release of the final of 6 reports, meticulously crafted by the commission under the leadership of Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. These reports, a testament to years of dedication and hard work, were handed over to President Ramaphosa. In a symbolic moment, President Ramaphosa received the comprehensive reports, each page echoing the voices of those who had dared to speak out against corruption. The pivotal moment arrived in October 2022 when President Ramaphosa, bearing the weight of the nation's expectations, tabled the cabinet's response to the commission's findings in Parliament. The nation watched with bated breath as the response was unveiled, sparking a myriad of reactions from politicians, citizens, and international observers. Now that we've outlined the timeline and key events, let's analyze the intricacies of President Ramaphosa's response, examining its impact on the political landscape and the nation's quest for justice. President Ramaphosa's response was a delicate dance between acknowledging the findings of the commission and navigating the complex web of political alliances. Legal experts and political analysts scrutinized every word, every nuance, seeking to understand the true depth of the president's commitment to justice. Among the key proposals were reforms in governance structures, legal frameworks, and institutional safeguards to prevent future instances of state capture. The effectiveness of these proposals, however, remained a subject of intense debate. The response elicited a spectrum of reactions from the public, from cautious optimism to outright skepticism. Voices from all corners of society weighed in, reflecting the diverse opinions that shape the democratic fabric of South Africa. As we stand at this juncture, the path ahead is uncertain. Ongoing investigations and legal proceedings will determine the concrete impact of President Ramaphosa's response on the landscape of South African politics. The fight against corruption is not just a battle of legality, it is a moral imperative, a commitment to the people of South Africa. In the words of President Ramaphosa, corruption is a crime against the South African people, robbing them of resources that should have been directed toward improving the lives of the most vulnerable in our society. Before delving into the second progress report, it's crucial to acknowledge that the battle against corruption and state capture had already commenced before the Commission's final report in June 2022. In fact, the President presented the first progress report on October 23, 2022, just a day after submitting the Cabinet's plan to Parliament. The initial report outlined actions taken since 2018, including significant steps such as the appointment of new leadership at critical institutions like the Hawks, National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, and the South African Revenue Service, SARS. As we reflect on the progress made, it's crucial to acknowledge that the journey is far from over. The battle against state capture doesn't end with the submission of reports and plans, it extends into the realm of accountability and justice. In this segment, we explore how President Ramaphosa's administration is dealing with perpetrators through criminal investigations and prosecutions. President Ramaphosa, acting on the recommendations of the Commission, has referred a staggering 202 cases for criminal and other investigations, as well as possible prosecution. These recommendations have been directed to law enforcement agencies and regulatory bodies, including the SA Institute for Chartered Accountants and the Legal Practices Council. Recognizing the need for seamless coordination, a joint task force, inclusive of the Financial Intelligence Center, FIC, and the Special Investigating Unit, SIU, has been established. This task force ensures that investigations proceed cohesively, minimizing gaps and ensuring thorough scrutiny. The first quarter of 2023 witnessed the continuation of investigations, with the Hawks or Directorate for Priority Crimes Investigation (DPCI) opening a further inquiry, bringing the total to 38. Additionally, 2 new dockets are now under investigation, highlighting the persistent efforts to unearth the truth. The SIU, armed with proclamations, has focused its investigations on key state institutions such as Eskom, Transnet, SAA, Alexa, Denel, and Prosa. These proclamations cover a spectrum of matters mentioned in the state capture report and extend to areas not specifically recommended by the Commission. Recognizing the need for a robust legal framework, the budget of the National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, has seen a substantial increase of 21.6% between 2021 and 2023. A crucial milestone was achieved with the tabling of the NPA Amendment Bill in September 2023, solidifying the Investigative Directorate Against Corruption (ID) as a permanent fixture in the fight against corruption. With the ID firmly integrated into the NPA, the reintroduction of the prosecutor-led investigation model becomes possible. This grants the ID authority to conduct its investigations independently, empowering its investigators to take statements, make arrests, and testify in court. Amidst these ongoing efforts, there have been significant developments in the legal arena. Let's delve into 2 cases that have reached completion, resulting in convictions. In the Free State Housing Project case, Moses Gift Mokoena, the former head of the Free State Human Settlements Department, faced corruption and contravention of the Public Finance Management Act charges. Mokoena was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for corruption and 5 years for contravention of the Act in November 2021, with the sentence wholly suspended on the condition that he did not commit similar offences during the suspension. The second case involves the former chairperson of South African Airways, Dudu Myeni. In July 2022, Myeni pleaded guilty to obstructing justice by disclosing the identity of a protected witness during the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into state capture. She received a fine of 120,000 rands or 2 years in prison, with half of the sentence suspended for 5 years. As the fight against state capture intensifies, a critical aspect emerges: the recovery of ill-gotten gains. The Commission's findings revealed a staggering 57 billion rands of state money tainted by corruption, prompting a swift and strategic response to reclaim what rightfully belongs to the people. Taking center stage in the pursuit of justice is the National Prosecuting Authority's Asset Forfeiture Unit, AFU. Charged with executing the Commission's recommendations, the AFU employs the provisions of the Prevention of Organized Crime Act of 1998. This legislation empowers them to seize and confiscate assets derived from criminal activities, a potent tool in hitting the corrupt where it hurts the most, in their pockets. In a strategic move, a dedicated enablers team was formed in June 2023. This specialized unit focuses exclusively on individuals identified in the recommendations who directly or indirectly facilitated the alleged Gupta criminal enterprise. The AFU's efforts have already borne fruit. To date, they have frozen a substantial 14.18 billion rands in assets related to state capture cases, sending a clear message that ill-gotten gains will not go unchecked. 5.4 billion rands has been successfully recovered and returned to the state, marking a significant step toward reclaiming the misappropriated funds. Complementing the AFU's efforts, the Special Investigating Unit, SIU, plays a pivotal role in recovering state losses through civil litigation. The SIU has already instituted civil litigation with a staggering value of 64 billion rands, a testament to their commitment to holding those responsible accountable. Meanwhile, the South African Revenue Service, SARS, has not remained idle. SARS, acting on evidence presented at the Commission, has actively pursued individuals named in the report. In the 2022/2023 financial year alone, SARS collected 4.8 billion rands in unpaid taxes, further bolstering the efforts to recoup the financial losses incurred due to corrupt practices. The pursuit of justice in the aftermath of state capture goes beyond criminal and financial avenues. It extends into the realm of administrative action against directors and companies. In this segment, we unravel the intricate web of cases, complaints, and notices aimed at holding those implicated accountable. The Department of Public Enterprises, DPE, has been hard at work compiling cases for delinquency proceedings against 73 former directors of state-owned enterprises implicated in state capture evidence. This comprehensive effort is expected to conclude by December 2023, marking a determined step toward holding these individuals accountable for their actions. Concurrently, the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission (CIPC) is actively processing complaints related to 13 former directors of Eskom. Plans are in motion to register cases against the remaining directors with the CIPC by the end of the year. To ensure a thorough investigation and appropriate action, relevant recommendations have been directed to bodies such as the SA Institute of Tax Practitioners (SAIT), South African Institute of Chartered Accountants (SACA), and the Independent Regulatory Board for Auditors (IRBA). However, National Treasury is still awaiting feedback from these bodies, underscoring the intricate coordination required in these multifaceted endeavors. Meanwhile, the CIPC has issued compliance notices to 3 of the 20 private sector entities under investigation for state capture activities: Swissport Limited, Homix Limited, and JM Aviation Limited. The expiration of the 40-day notice period in July 2023 means these cases will now be handed over to the state attorney for legal action. The pursuit of accountability extends to individuals as well. Former SAA board member and chair of SAA's Risk and Audit Committee, Yoki Quinona, faced significant consequences. In April 2023, she was fined 6.1 million rands and barred from acting as a chartered accountant by the SA Institute of Chartered Accountants. However, the restriction by National Treasury of companies implicated at the Commission from doing business with the state is currently on hold. This decision awaits the outcome of a court challenge by global management consulting company Bain & Co., who are contesting their 10-year ban from doing business with the state imposed in September 2022. Beyond the pursuit of justice for past transgressions, there lies a critical mission to fortify the nation against the recurrence of state capture. In this concluding segment, we explore the transformative reforms aimed at preventing future occurrences. An integral component of these reforms is the protection of whistleblowers. Recognizing their pivotal role, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development conducted a comprehensive review of the legislative framework. In June 2023, they published recommendations for significant reforms to the Protected Disclosures Act and Witness Protection Act. The recommended reforms include criminalizing threats against whistleblowers, establishing a fund for those who lose their jobs due to revelations, providing state protection when needed, and crucially, reversing the burden of proof from whistleblowers to those challenging their claims. These recommendations, rooted in the findings of the State Capture Commission, are poised to become legislative amendments, ensuring a safer environment for those who dare to expose corruption. Additionally, there is ongoing consideration for incentivizing whistleblowing, a crucial aspect that is part of the National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council (NACAC) research. Fundamental to preventing future state capture is the implementation of legislative changes. President Ramaphosa's response plan encompasses 16 legislative amendments or new laws designed to address corruption vulnerabilities. Of these, 2 have now been signed into law. One such critical amendment is the National Prosecuting Authority Amendment Bill, B29, 2023. Introduced in the National Assembly in September 2023, this bill creates a permanent investigating directorate on corruption. It grants investigating officers the same powers as police officers, fostering a more robust framework for corruption investigations. Another essential legislative change is the Companies Second Amendment Bill, presented in August 2023. This bill extends the period for disbarment of delinquent directors, aligning with the recommendations of the State Capture Commission. As we conclude this in-depth journey through South Africa's response to the scourge of state capture, a palpable undercurrent of skepticism permeates the air. The nation finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with the question, is this genuine progress or a calculated facade preceding the crucial elections in 2024? Many South African citizens, while acknowledging the outlined efforts, remain skeptical. The shadow of doubt looms large, fueled by the belief that President Ramaphosa has had ample time to effect more substantial change. The collective sentiment is one of questioning whether these actions are earnest steps toward a more transparent and accountable future or strategic maneuvers to appease a disillusioned electorate. Compounding this skepticism is the specter of the Phala Saga, a corruption scandal involving the president himself. The echoes of this controversy cast doubt on the sincerity of the broader efforts against state capture. The president, once celebrated for his promises of reform, now faces scrutiny, with citizens wondering if the proclaimed commitment to justice extends beyond political rhetoric. As South Africa approaches the pivotal elections in 2024, the stakes are high. The people, discerning and vigilant, demand more than symbolic gestures. They seek tangible results, a genuine departure from the shadows of corruption that have plagued the nation. The skepticism is not born out of cynicism but out of a desire for true transformation, a yearning for a South Africa that stands resilient against the encroachments of corruption. If you found this video informative, please click the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time.